Hello guys and girls, it's day number 9 of the 22 push-up challenge. So let's get the ball rolling. And here's today's push-ups. So today's nominee, someone I haven't heard from in a little while actually. So hope this encourages him to get some footage up on his channel. So let's see how you got on with them, Hijinks. Yeah, I got the other two of yous. Chicken Boy's doing it, Alex Monkey's doing it, yous may as well join in as well. It is a proper miserable day. Not so much cold, but definitely wet. But hey ho, just out for a little ride, going to head up to Culzean just to see what the score is with entry on the day of the meet. Because I have to go to Combat Stress, going to take it up to Forces in the Fields. The event is up in Culzean and finish off up there. I had a good question, are they going to charge us to get in? Or is it free entry because there's an event? Personally, I think it's free entry because there is an event. But others aren't so sure. So we'll head on up and we'll ask them. That'll be the best way, and I can get a vlog out of it. Slightly wet, but hey ho, skin's waterproof. But in the meantime, there's a post on the event page, and how I missed it, I don't know, and I'm kind of gutted at myself that I did. I think it had been up a day before I seen it, but I'm glad I did, and I was talking to whom was involved last night to get a wee bit more to make sure it was okay to mention on the vlog and all the rest of it. But I'm going to put pictures up, I'm going to put a link to the site that's involved, and you can have a wee look. I was gobsmacked actually. It involves a young currently 8-year-old boy called CJ, and I was talking to his mum last night, and I kept apologising for the long pauses in between replies because I didn't know what to say. If I'm perfectly honest, I was overwhelmed and left totally speechless about what this kid's doing. But here's a bit of what's going on. Here's the lowdown. Wee CJ, 8 years old, and he's seen his mum doing 22 push-ups, and he's asking what's going on. Now his mum's a black belt in karate and runs a karate lesson business, a dojo shall we say. Well, that's exactly what it is. And one of her ex-students is currently serving over in Iraq, so she's aware of the PTSD and the effects it can have on servicemen and women. But her daughter was also diagnosed with PTSD at the age of 13 through a rather horrendous and traumatic experience it had. I'm not going to go into that. That's not for me to say what happened. So I imagine he'd be quite young if he was about it at the time. But he asked questions about what was going on and all the rest of it. And then his mum told him, oh, this is what we're doing. The press ups are for, explain PTSD, all that good stuff. And then it seemed that there was the bike meet, our bike meet on the 28th. So he got dead excited about that, because he likes riding pillion with his mum. So they're coming along, but he wanted to do something just to help a wee bit more. Now the wee man's 9th birthday is on the 23rd of August, and he's put up a Just Giving page the link to it is down below, because you can have a look at it and you can read the story yourself, check it out. And he's asked his friends and family not to buy him birthday presents or birthday cards or anything like that, and instead the money they would spend on his birthday to donate onto his Just Giving page to help out, and I quote, the sad soldiers. Now, I was, like I said, totally speechless. This wee guy's come up with this idea, and he's Just Giving it's him that's written on the site, you know, it's as he's put it on the site, so the wee man's doing his best to get into this. So he definitely deserves a shout out and a well done, and we'll get to meet him on the day of the meet, him and his mum. And I believe that his dad's coming along, his dad's driving the car behind him. So he'll definitely be along, and he'll have a printout of his page to show what his kind of final total was. Now I checked it this morning, and his original target was £38, because he's been reading either the stats. In fact, it came from the Combat Stress website, the stats, you know, the £38 will get someone a session with a mental health practitioner, you know, to get them on the right foot. So he thought, £38, if I can raise £38, then at least I've helped one person get that session with a mental health practitioner, right? Checked it this morning, and he's currently sitting at £168. Now the wee guy's doing better than me, because the last I checked, there hasn't been a donation coming in from anywhere else for the past few days. There hasn't been, it's kind of dried up a little bit. So the only thing that's been going into it so far is my £2 that I put in every day. So we had, what was it, £44 on day 3, was it? We're up to 8, so that's another 10 quid, so that'll be about 53 or £55 that I've gathered up so far. And like I say, I'm hoping to get a lot more, because after all, if we CJ can do it, why the hell can't I? So well done CJ, I'm thoroughly looking forward to meeting you on the day of the meet, wee man. I don't know if you've watched any other of my videos or you know anything about me, but I was a soldier. I've been about a very wee bit, been to some places, and I've had a mate of mine last year. He was up at Combat Stress in Hollybush House, and they helped him. He was in a really, really bad way, but he went and he done a session up there, and he got sorted out, he got his family back. You know, his life's getting back on track now, and it's because of people like you that are raising the money that they're managing to stay open and to help these guys, these men and women that need the help, that are suffering from this. So well done, wee man, and I can't wait to meet you. Keep up the good work, and I'll keep spreading your Just Giving page and every one of my remaining videos. Your details are getting added onto the bottom of it, mate, so we can, you know, you can get as much shares and word spread about it as possible as well, okay? Now guys, just a wee snippet here. Oh, that's fucking up. Just to give you an idea of what's going on. Coming up, I'm going to put in a video, and it's some of the guys. It's taken from Combat Stress, and it's a charity film about them. It's only a few minutes long, you know, bear with it, watch it, but there's some veterans in there that have had help, and you get a brief description of what was going on with them. Watch the video guys, think about what it is that we're trying to achieve here. It was started over in America, 22 pesos for 22 days, because 22 US veterans commit suicide every day because they can't cope with what PTSD does to them, and they see it as their only way out. I said on day one, we don't have a statistic here in the UK for how many suicides from veterans because of PTSD, but if you help combat stress, they stop it before it gets to that stage. So hopefully our statistic is lower, or it will get lower, because combat stress can help these guys that need it. They can get them more facilities and get more doctors. They can give out the sessions, the men and women that need this help, and they can get it done, and we won't have a statistic. That's the idea of it, guys. That's why we're helping combat stress. Watch this video. If it doesn't change your mind about what's going on, well, I don't know, it should make you more aware to the situation anyway. But here you go, guys, have a look at this.
I did a total of just under 23 years.
3 tours of Northern Ireland, Cyprus, Germany, 2 tours of Bosnia, 2 tours of Kosovo.
Wounded in 2005 in Iraq, and sort of just went downhill from there, really.
I was drinking heavily, having tearful fits.
You can't make sense of things anymore, you know what I mean? It's just all up the left.
The time I knew that I needed to get help was when I had my hands around my wife's throat while I was fast asleep. And when she told me the next day, I knew that's it, I've got to go and get help.
I was in bits, and I ended up coming here, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Thank you for calling Combat Stress. If you need our help, press 1.
You can cure people with PTSD. I'd always be optimistic. I've seen people who are very young present and have just been traumatised, and people who are very old who've been traumatised 25, 30 years ago. I think with appropriate care, both these kinds of veterans can improve, and both can, in theory, have less symptoms.
To start with, being here is a safe place.
Staff here have dealt with ex-services for a long time. You know, they know our little sort of quirks and how we work, and you feel at ease.
We generally understand the theatres they've served in and the pressures they're placed under. So having that common bond just helps.
It was a great relief. It's like a wee small step at a time, you know.
You do have flashbacks and little things come back to, but the techniques you learn here, you sort of can deal with them, and it's not such a debilitating sort of problem as it used to be.
I had a setback today in one of the groups today that I walked out, and the nurses were just there to take care of me the whole way through and put me straight again and everything. So just the understanding.
I call it my grounding experience. I always eat better, sleep better, feel better.
Obviously still shout at the kids, but that's mainly because they're naughty more than, you know, I was having a panic attack or depressed.
A lot of people would say they're only alive for having come here.
It's this, for me, curiously cleansing effect and grounding, and it's wonderful.
The best satisfaction is getting a phone call from somebody saying, Karen, I've gone back to work, my marriage is back on track, I'm getting on better with my children. You know, we kind of go, yes!
Combat stress picked me up, sort of, and sorted me out, and here I am now. Back to normal, well, nearly.
For over 90 years, combat stress has helped more than 100,000 veterans from the Army, Navy, Air Force and the Merchant Navy to rebuild their lives. For as long as there is conflict, they will continue to make a difference.
It's a little bit of an eye-opener, isn't it? You can search through YouTube, you'll find loads of videos about PTSD. Combat Stress have got a YouTube channel. I didn't know, I just came across it today. Just to see if there was anything floating about. But they've got various documentaries and everything. You can see how it affects different guys and different women. Because every case is unique, you know. They might share similarities, and, you know, maybe for talking's sake, and this isn't a written down statistic, this is just a talking sake. But say out of 10, you know, 6 of them might turn around and go, oh, yeah, I get flashbacks, you know. Other four might go, no, I don't get flashbacks, but I get horrendous nightmares. Or another one might say, I get flashbacks and I get nightmares. You know, all this kind of stuff. Everybody's different. It's their own unique cases in a way. The only thing that they have in common is that they suffer from it. So let's try and get some money raised, guys. As it stands, with my donations, we can get somebody a session with a mental health practitioner. The 38 quid. Want to get a wee bit more than that. I know I'm asking you if he's come along to the meet. You know, I've asked for a minimum donation of £5 per bike. That's, you know, there's £5 of your money coming out. You might think, you know, I understand people don't work, or people live week to week. If they do work and they have other priorities in their life, I understand that, guys. I'm one of them. I live week to week. My wage comes in, I pay my bills, and then whatever I've got left, I either treat the wife and kids to something nice. As it stands, they now understand the fact that we're doing this, and you know, this is where our extra money is going. We're putting in towards combat stress. So I understand, you know, not everybody can do certain things, but if you can give a little, guys, remember what I said before, lots of little makes more than having somebody just turning around and going, yeah, there's a lump sum, you know. That'd be great if somebody does do a lump sum, if they can afford to do a lump sum, fantastic, awesome. But we average Joe might not have a job or might just have a wee job. Anything, something always helps. Lots of people do that. It soon adds up to some good amount of donations. So anyway, guys, I'm going to head on out to Culzean. So I'll leave it here. Like and share the videos, guys. Check out little CJ's page. You know, that's phenomenal what that wee guy's done. Wish there was more people like him in the world. Really do. The world would be a better place. So, like and share the video, guys. Follow me on Twitter. Like me on Facebook. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's see if we can get some more donations coming in. Remember, if you send a minimum of £2, you've got a combat stress sticker, Tartan Visor sticker, I'll send it out to you. Make sure you include your name and address. And let's see how we can get on, guys. So, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the bike ride to see what the deal is with Culzean. Ride safe, guys. This is the Tartan Visor, and I'm out.